Well, after a brief interruption again by the beast, it looks as though he's gone this time, so we better crack on with some potting on. Got some calces here which are long past their date for being potted on, but with one thing and another they've had to remain in the cells. However, they don't look in too bad a condition, so we're going to get these potted on now. The mixture here is just a normal clover compost with a bit of vermiculite added, and also I've added some charge. The subject of the compost and its quality doesn't seem to be going away very quickly. I've been speaking to Mark Davidson, and he's noticed that on the new clover compost, that's the new stock he's adding for 2018, it's a different bag design. So anybody was buying the yellow bag, I would guess that's 2017 stock, so you take your chance. Getting the onion out of the cell tray is a bit of a challenge, and makes me wonder whether I'm better off sowing them as a clump and just breaking them down with the roots and popping them in the pots like that. That's the first 20 potted up, and I'll probably do one more tray calces and I'll move on to a different other variety. It's amazing what a little bit of buttermeat does, and you may remember on that, I think it was the last episode that I sowed some brassicas. Well, you can see already there, some of them are showing reds, so not too many days we'll be potting them on. The Crimson Crush have also made a good spurt, and again I'll be putting those into bigger pots quite soon. It's not all success story though. I was looking at the cucumber, and they've been in 2 weeks now, and I've only delved around, and that's all I've got out of, I think it's about 7 seeds. Luckily I got another packet, so I'll be popping those in again. Look at my diary from last year. It was about this time that I started to plant my peas, sow my peas, and growing the same varieties again this year. There's Calvin Wonder, and the other one's called Hurst Green Shaft. I buy both of these loose on the local market, and they're a very good price actually. Served in a half pint or a pint glass. Half a pint is £1.95 and a pint is £3.50. The first variety that I'll be sowing today is called Calvin Wonder. This is a nice little pea. This is usually get a good crop off, first one of the year for me, and I'll be sowing them in the normal gutters. This is just normal rainwater guttering that I sow the peas in. I do put drainage holes in mine because the first time I did this I didn't have no holes in. I watered too much and the peas rotted. So I'll be sowing them here. This is normal clover compost that I'll be sowing them directly onto. The peas are just randomly scattered along the tray, no spacing at all, and left to their own devices. So all that's left is to give them a good watering and put them in the greenhouse. It's hard to believe that this time last week the allotment was covered in a blanket of snow. This drop of sunshine has brought the plants on tremendously, and as you can see the Crimson Crush are starting to leap above the pot now, and so I'm just starting to pot them on individually into bigger pots. This is just clover compost with charge added. So there they all potted up now. Surprisingly, it's 2 packets of seeds, average contents 10. I managed to get 29 plants out. There's one looking a bit tired at the end. And there's the odd stray cucumber. I don't know how that found itself in, but I've potted that up as well. So I'll pop the propagator covers over the top of these and put a bit of fleece over just in case the temperature does drop tonight. I'm going to spend the next hour or so potting up the brassicas. I must admit to being quite pleased with the germination rate on here. Usually I have quite a few failures on brassicas, but apart from the all year round cauliflower on the end, it's a bit slow, all the rest seem to be thriving. Like with all brassicas, it doesn't hurt to pot them on deep, and you can almost put them up to the leaf. They like firm roots, so give the soil a decent firming. So the brassicas are well on the way to being potted on now, although the alfresco part has been a little cut short due to a big black cloud come overhead. Anyway, I'll just spin you around and show you what I've done. This is where we got to so far, and I'm about 2/3 of the way to potting them on. For the new people to the channel, you'll notice that all these leaves look very similar, although they are different varieties. And I'll just explain my way of marking them so they don't get mixed up. Start by creating a list and give each plant variety a unique number as it gets potted on. And then I just mark the pots individually, so you can see that's number 3 there, and the next one to it is number 4. So straight away, looking on the list, we can see that 3 is an Iron Man Calabrese and number 4 is a Greyhound cabbage. With brassicas, I tend to pot on about 50% more plants than I'll actually need to go out in the beds. That way I can pick the absolute best plants to plant out, and then the rest just gets stored. But because the number's on, I know what plant it will be, even if it gets mixed up with another variety of brassica. And also, if you have a failure on in one of the beds, you've always got a substitute to replace it with. My very first year on this plot, I did get the brassicas mixed up because the leaves do all look similar, and as a result I got cabbages in with sprouts, cauliflowers in with cabbages. It's a bit of a mix up, but you'll learn by your mistakes. Well, good morning. It's a bit of a change, the weather today from yesterday. We had quite a lot of overnight rain by the look of it, but the temperature's still 18.5 degrees in here, so I'll probably spend the morning at least in here pottering around. Amongst all the excitement for potting on the brassicas, I've completely forgot I got this pot of onions. These are Ailsa Craig, so I'll be potting these up individually this morning, and also cracking on watching catching up with a few more YouTube videos. So catch you later. I'll just give those a little soak for a few minutes, then pop them back into the greenhouse, and it's just started raining. Sorting through my seed packets, I came across this packet here. It's called Pheasant's Eye, and this variety is called Scarlet Chalice. The beautiful flowers, so I think I'm going to sell them. Looks as though the mice took a fancy to them as well, but fortunately the main seed compartment's in a separate packet, so I'm going to get these sown now. This is just normal multi-purpose compost, and I've spread a few seeds around here and there. So I've never ever grown these before, but I like the look of the flower and the photograph of the packet, so that's all the fun. So give it a little sprinkle now, just a gentle covering. I'll give them a light watering. I'll just leave them, these will be just stay in the covered greenhouse, and hopefully if they germinate I'll plant them out in separate blocks around the borders to add a bit of colour. While we're still in the sowing mood, I've just fetched out the celery. This variety is my usual, it's called Latham Self-Blanching. And what I do, I normally start them in a 4-inch pot, give them a light covering with vermiculite, then they go into the heated propagator. Then once they're up about 3 centimetres, I prick them out into individual cell trays, and then they go out in the beds. Celery seed is very, very, very fine, it is. I'll sell the whole packet, but obviously there'll be more than enough for what I need. In fact, there's still some left. That'll do. What I'll do now is just give it a very, very light sprinkling of vermiculite, and that's about it. I'll just give that a light misting from the top, and then that'll go into the heated propagator. The next seed to be sown is my favourite, Cosmos, and this one's called Infinity Mix. This was actually a free packet from Dobby's when I bought some of the seeds. I grew it last year and had a fantastic show of flowers. So whatever's left in this packet, I'm going to be sowing into these cell trays again. I can't be bothered with pricking them out, so I'll just put a few seeds in each cell tray, let them grow as a block, then plant them out. This is a F2S that I'm sowing the seeds in, and so I'll just sprinkle a few in each tray, into each compartment. They look very much like the dahlia seeds and marigolds, but I think that's enough for each now. Surprised how far this packet's gone. I'll probably get another year out of it. They don't need much covering again, so a bit of vermiculite on the top. I'll give these a little spray water, then I'll put these into the propagator. Going through the seed packets, I found another flower that I thought I might grow, and this time it's an African marigold. It only grows small, about 15 inches high, and it's called African Perfection. I'll just mention while we're doing this, Saturday just gone, Mick Pulteney gave a talk to an allotment society near to me, which I went, and it was excellent. It lasted about 3 hours all told. He did 3 different talks, and there's quite a lot of people there. In fact, I met a couple of YouTubers who watch my channel, so hello to you guys. There we go. All I'll do now, I'll pop some vermiculite on the top of there. And I'll put that in the heated propagator, and away it goes. Well, it doesn't look as though the rain's going to knock off. It's still drizzling. I've still got plenty more seeds to sow, so I'll keep the camera rolling and then bring you up to speed in the next one. So until then, I'll see you later. Bye for now.